All right. Good morning, guys. On this episode, we will be talking about sleep training. I know all my mommies are excited. You guys have been literally blowing up my DM about this one. But do pardon me. Jayla is still sleeping. The beauty of sleep training. It's about 10:30. So if I get up and dodge, it's probably because she's waking up and she'll join us. So basically there's this crazy myth that if you're a new parent, you don't get any sleep. That couldn't be more wrong. It all starts with how you start, it's how you're gonna finish. So basically, although it's never too early to start sleep training, they're really not going to fall into habit until close to 2 months. The first month, they're going to be sleeping a lot. And they're going to be eating a lot. So it's going to be kind of hard to get them to sleep for longer periods of times. Jayla was in the NICU for 2 weeks. They had her on a schedule. She would sleep for 3 hours, wake up and eat, maybe be up for 20 minutes, go back, sleep for another 3 hours, get up and eat. So when she came home, I knew like that was a little excessive because they would wake her up. So I knew she had the potential to sleep longer. So when she came home, first night, I changed her to on-demand feedings. So basically when she would get hungry is when I would feed her. I wouldn't wake her up to feed her. The first night she came home, she slept about 4 to 5 hours, which was amazing. I was prepared for like waking up every 3 easily. Let's see. She stayed about 4 hours for probably the first week that she was home. Maybe, I want to say week to 2 weeks, she was home. She stayed till about 4 hours. And then when she hit 2 months is when I really started locking down on trying to sleep train her. So basically, I would watch her naps during the day. At that point, she was doing 3 to 4 naps a day, but I would only allow one really long nap. So anything over 2 hours, I wouldn't allow her to do but one time a day. And that was usually like midday. At that point, she was probably going to sleep at 11:30 midnight, the later side, because you have to remember when they're that small, they're not going to stay asleep that long. So you got to pick and choose when you want your sleep. If I would have put her to sleep at 9, she probably would have been waking up at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So if I put her to sleep at midnight, she's waking up at 5 a.m., which is pretty much how it went. Her last nap, I would give her fairly late, probably about, when she was going down around 11:30 midnight, I would give her last nap at 8. Let her sleep to about 9, maybe 9:30. Keep her up the rest of that time. Try to keep your baby up the rest of that time. Oh, she's not waking up. Yeah, try to keep your baby up. I'd wake her up, do a little tummy time, baths, a little interaction, then get ready for that final feeding. And always, always, always change before that final feeding. If your baby happens to still be up after that final feeding, change after. But Jayla usually falls asleep on the breast. So I would change before. That way, a really soaked diaper isn't waking her up also. So we had her at 2 months. She was sleeping from 11:30 midnight-ish to 5:30 in the morning. Then I increased it. So then she started going to sleep at 10:30. I increased an hour. I put her down earlier. She sleep by 10:30, 11 the latest. She's always sleep by 11 the latest. I give her one last nap. She's now staying up longer now that she's 3 months. So she probably takes a nap at about 7. I let her sleep till like 8, 8:30, probably about 8. I only want to give her an hour nap. Let her sleep till about 8, and then she's up until she's ready to go back to bed. And now she's sleeping amazingly. Like, she sleeps till 9 most mornings, sometimes later, 10. Occasionally I'll wake her up to change her, but I'll give her the boob and she'll go right back to sleep. Like, I always wake up multiple times in the middle of the night. I wake up to pump, I wake up to use the restroom, so I'll check her diaper, and then I'll determine if I need to wake her up to change. So I'm a very strong believer that all that comes together with what you do during the day. Very, very important. During the day is going to lead to your nights. Lots of tummy time. Jayla does tummy time probably 4 to 5 times a day, minimum of 5 minutes each time. Tummy time. I don't let her take a bunch of naps. She probably naps maybe 3 times a day now. Maybe. So that's important. Your final feedings are important. You want them to be full. I don't give Jayla rice yet, because it's my preference to wait until she's at least 4 months. So I give her a fuller bottle, or I keep her on the boob longer at night before her final feedings. I know babies go to sleep faster when they're being fed from the breast. So if you want to make sure your baby eats everything and he or she gets a full feeding, feed them bottle if that's an option. If not, feed them breast. Once they start falling asleep, wake them up and switch them to the other breast and let them go from there, and then hopefully that'll have them full enough. Let's see what else we can cover that will help with babies' sleepings. So we did diapers, we did feedings, tummy times. Baths are really up to you. That never really mattered much to Jayla. She would sleep the same whether she had a bath or she didn't have a bath. So it's up to you, because it's all about building a routine. So if you feel that that's going to be your signature thing for your baby to know that it's almost bedtime, like Jayla knows that it's almost bedtime because I will turn off all the lights. So you want to differentiate between naps and between nighttime, because that's going to help tremendously. Like, I read that somewhere, and it really helps. Nap times, when they wake up, you want to interact, you want to play, you want it to be light outside, you want them to fall asleep with noise, the difference. And then when it's time to go to bed with Jayla, we don't play, we don't interact, lights are off, and TVs are turned down. And I use the signature word, it's night-night time. So you kind of want to like build a word, a routine, something that kind of lets your baby know, oh, okay, this is the time where I'm supposed to go to sleep. Whatever works for you, however you figure it, whether it's a lullaby, whether it's a smell, whether it's a word, whatever works for you, mommies. So I think that's some of the key points. The best thing to know is that babies are creatures of habit. So you just got to stay consistent. You stay consistent. I promise you it will get better. They will fall into place. And if you guys have any other questions, you can leave them in your comments. You can DM me at Jasmine Ashe, JasmineAshe _ and that is my Instagram. So most of you guys always DM me questions on there, and I try to get back to you guys as quickly as I can. Holidays have been a little hectic, but once it slows down, it'll get better. So any other questions about sleep training, any other tips, you guys let me know. I'm here. I hope you guys all have an amazing Thanksgiving. And I promise, next episode will be for my relationship people, okay? I promise. I know you guys have questions. I know it's just not all about the mommies. I know, I'm sorry. But I had to help my mommies out, especially with the holidays coming. I had to help my sisters out. Okay? So have a great day. See you later.